Hello everyone and welcome to Trials of VinTear of Arcane Focus D&D. For session 3, I am your person who tells the stories and embodies all of the high number NPCs in this make-believe world. Help. I'm Mike. Mike, joining with me are my near perfect adventures. 9 out of 10 I'd give you guys. About, maybe 8. Say hi everyone.
I'm also a person.
We have Titan.
Hello.
Temple.
Sorry, coffee. Hi.
Steve.
I hope y'all can swim.
Nick.
Hello.
And Amber.
Hey.
So, I wrote this recap a few weeks ago, so I'm not sure if this lines up or not, but I was a guest player on the dark D&D horror audio drama, The Stranger, brought to us by our friends from Roll Impact. These wonderful troubled heroes explore the island of Crow's Perch, finding all sorts of horrors from the past. I got to play Christoph Bordoon in my episodes. I don't think it's been released just yet, but if it has, great. If it hasn't, still go watch them. We'll at least catch you up on the story until I actually arrive. So yeah, I'll also, for those who want to know when it does finally come out, join our Discord. I'll have a link for it when it does happen. I'll have an announcement, send people there. If you want to check out more of their content, you can always go to thestrangerpod.com. So thank you so much to The Stranger and Roll for Impact. I really appreciate being a guest. It was fun. Now, before we begin with the actual game, everyone roll me a d20.
I'm gonna roll the wild one and see what happens.
I can't tell if that's good or bad yet.
Okay. Who rolled a 10 or less?
Why do I feel like I'm gonna do this again? 2.
You're the only one. So I'm going to send you.
I already knew. I told you I was like get 100%, 110 fucking percent.
And this is going to be funny because it has your name.
Oh no!
In
Am I
it, so
wishing myself? Well,
you're
what?
going to be referencing yourself because I didn't assume you were going to get it again. But look at me.
Can I negate the advantage and have somebody else roll?
That only depends on if someone wants to take your place.
Yeah. Somebody take Steve. Go take my place.
Crickets.
Consider it my birthday present.
Just crickets.
Crickets all around.
All right, here you go. Amazing! You won, Amber. So that's it. We're good. Nothing else to add.
What do you mean we're good?
We're good. It's that on announcements. I already did the Roll for Impact thing. And I remembered, and I'm telling everyone right now that a day or two after this VOD goes up, you'll have short rest, which is great for anyone who wants to check out these sessions in a very compact way. So that's it.
I'm contemplating how far I can throw this very sharp D4 at you. Because I read what I have to read. Number
I have
one,
a feeling very far.
you told Amber, i.e. me, who is cursed to do this copy each and every week.
Nick did once.
Oh yeah, you got one in there. That our audience wouldn't experience our last week of the month skip, and guess what? We skipped the 31st.
I mean, you know this. We looked over the schedule again. And yeah, I mean, it makes more sense doing it this way.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
2, we officially got accepted to the Dakota Irish affiliate program. And you didn't mention it.
God, this works so much better if it wasn't you. But the line would have been,
I want to be a brat.
How do you know this, Amber? This woman who lives in the same house as I do and shares the information I do. But how do you know this?
I mean, the line you wrote for me is accurate. It says I know all.
Yeah.
Just like how I know Dakota Irish makes incredible high quality polymer metal and sharp edge dice, i.e. this D4 that could probably shank me if I step on it.
Really sharp.
And other tabletop accessories they've been doing since 2017. My choice for this week is the Dark Sun. It is actually one of my favorites. It's in my
It's
cart.
really cool.
A dark blue orange acrylic sharp edge dice set with, I can't read what you wrote. Oh, hollow foil inside. Do I really have
I'm
to read
assuming
that
there
one?
would be a link though whenever we post these up, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's being shown right now. in the post post production somewhere, and there'll be a link in the description. It looks beautiful. Yes, Dakota Irish has some amazing dice and obviously some D&D peripherals. Please check them out with our link in the description or Twitch panels, and use our promo. We have a promo code to get 10% off your order. It's really, really nice. So that's it. We good?
Do I really have to read that last one?
Yeah, of course.
Says last time you gave Amber, i.e. me, advantage. So where's my payment? I need like advantage twice now because I've read this 3 times.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have any more advantages to give. I'm all fresh out. You have to wait a little bit for this thing to start. We have like a cooldown, but I can give you.
We're gonna test how far Dakota Irish's dice go in this house.
But I can give you some bardic inspiration.
I guess.
Okay.
Wait, what's the dice?
It's a D6.
Okay.
I can give you a bardic inspiration, but that's it. I can't give you advantage.
You're stingy.
All right. Well, in that case, could we see that D4 that you're talking about?
Put it to the
It's-
camera.
Yeah, it is
I'm like,
sharp.
Look at that.
It's like if you touch it, it hurts.
Blunt force trauma.
Wild.
Uh-huh. Piercing
Just
damage.
Don't remember to scream shiny and chrome as you throw it.
Did you guys check out the Black Sun?
I don't see
I'm looking at it right now. It's
Oh, there
pretty.
we go.
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
That's the next one on the list eventually.
Well, is everyone ready for a recap?
See.
Hope you can swim.
Upon the docks of Model Pier sits the Torn Chain, a beautiful ship totally not made of balsa wood, sits waiting for the rest of the crew. As we watch Arrow and Diva get to know the crew as well as each other, we learn that Diva, though not the Red Maw's first choice, packs the confidence to entertain the expected business folks here. Arrow is brought under the wing of Volred Quinley, an old associate of Francis Turner and the navigator for the Torn Chain. Soon the guests arrive: Phoenix, Moores, Ligotti, and other sorts, all showing up in the wild, as well as the Wilds, a brother-sister group of investors, and Ambrosia, the owner of Seaside Antiquities. Light conversation is had as player and NPC intermingle. We learn that Phoenix's hair is not fire risk.
Only if I need it to be.
Yeah, Morris is overly cautious about everyone. Ligotti really hit it off with Ambrosia, and they started talking about the Dream Hunters and the Arcano civilization. And Diva might have a better paying job waiting for her due to the discussion she had and help with the Wilds. Arrow caught Volred doing something incredibly stupid and immediately stopped him promptly as we are learning stomped him as we all learn about the death of the first Red Maw. And all this comes to a conclusion as waves hit to and fro. Tanner thanking everyone for being here to celebrate, well, his accomplishments. Just then, the water began to bulge, and a mother Red Maw grabbed and took Tanner, the Wilds, and one of the working hands here on the Torn Chain down into the ocean below. You are now standing on a ship that is taking on water. The ship has suffered a massive hole. And is taking water at an alarming rate. The chum that was on the mast is now saturating the waters around the sinking Torn Chain, and Diva, with a successful perception check, saw Volred vanish in a puff of arcane smoke. So once again, you guys are on the Torn Chain right now as it's slowly it's taking water. Ambrosia is currently having a freak out off to the side. The last a crash against the ship has caused Morris and Arrow to sort of drop into a prone position and are currently trying to get themselves up. And you guys are 100 yards, aka 300 feet away from shore. As chum currently is now spreading across the waters and causing everything to turn a bit of a gross smelling red coloration. We are going to get into initiative, but before we do so, there's going to be some moments where you can move around, prep some things, but to make this easy on everyone roll me initiative.
Yay!
Hope y'all can swim.
Oh, very good.
So I have to thank you guys all because you all have chosen characters with different first names, which makes this way easier for me.
What was it when we played with the wizards?
Oh, and
All
AA.
of us had this
Yeah.
very similar names. I'm like, I don't even know which one of you.
Wonderful.
I think except for Titan. Titan, I think, was okay.
Ligotti.
I got 18.
18. Morse.
I got a 16.
Ooh. Arrow.
6.
6.
Oh.
Diva.
17.
17. And Phoenix.
22.
22.
Ooh.
Wow. I would expect no less from our monk.
Question is, what initiative is the fish?
How fast is the fish?
Yeah. All right, I think I have everyone set. Let me go over to that.
Wait, does the boat have an initiative?
The boat is currently it's not going to be properly working without
okay.
significant
I didn't know if it
repair.
was like going to
HP.
continue to crack.
Yeah, it's got 0 HP and taking on water. I think what is probably prudent for everyone right now, let's go ahead and just switch up a bit of the music.
Oh no.
Because you can't just have jaunty tunes for this.
I don't know.
What?
Maybe that's how you die
But-
in the water is by a jaunty tune.
Wait, so
Alright.
this isn't a comedy?
I was thinking like, but what if the
Aw.
jaunty tunes inspire us to be
Not die.
better and not die? The music sets the tone, right?
Uh-huh.
To be better and not die.
All right, here. I'm going to quick pause. And then... Wonderful. Okay. I know.
This
Oh,
isn't
no.
jovial at all.
Sounds bad.
So, before we get into initiative, you guys have all felt the rock. Morse, Arrow, you guys are prone. There's a moment here where you can't get up without sort of suffering any sort of half movement when it comes to initiative. What is your first initial acts? I'll allow you movement and an action.
For
we can go to
kids.
initiative if that helps to make decision making.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Simple brain. Simple brain.
Phoenix, what are you doing?
You said David's underneath us, right? Or like briefly underneath me?
I think David was taken. It is George that is currently still underwater.
Okay. Directly underneath me?
You would have to go bit of rough terrain when it goes through the water. And then you would have to go into the sort of the bar area. So like it would come out here.
Is it more than 50 feet?
Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 35. So then we'll do 35. Or 30 plus this. 15.
45.
45. About 55 feet you'd have to get to. I'll put him on the map so it's easy to see him.
I'm going to use my movement and then dash to get in there.
Okay.
So I can have 100 movement. But I don't know if you want to move me because I technically don't go anywhere on this map.
Oh, actually, I think it'd be worse for you because it would be 10, 20, 30. And then once you get to this point inside, it's water. Underwater.
I think I could still get there with 100 feet.
Oh, with 100 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
My base speed is 50. So dash.
You get into here, going into sort of the where the under deck is, and it is just filled with water. You can see bottles, the lanterns are out, cups and just jugs just sort of floating in midair, or in mid-water.
Do I
Stools. Huh?
Do I see him?
Yeah. You see what looks to be a piece of wood that was jettisoned out due to the shock and impact, has crested across Gregory's head, and he is unconscious.
Okay.
Currently just sort of floating underwater.
How much of my movement did I use?
You can get to him with 100 feet, absolutely.
And I don't have anything left.
That was your action. Your
No, I know, but like I
movement.
don't have any movement left. It took the total 100.
Oh. I don't think it took a total 100. So here, I'll say that was 30 to get here. 15. So now you're at 45. Say 45, 55, 65, 75. Or you can be 55, 65, 75. You're at 75 right now.
Would it take a a bonus action be enough to link arms with him and try and drag him out the 15 feet that I have left, or is that too much?
I would say because he's unconscious, he's not like struggling or fighting or has his own sort of capability to move. It's not going to be an action. You could just simply lock arms and start moving.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay. You're going to start moving him out?
Mm-hmm.
So 75, 85, 95. You can get just here dragging him.
I can't see squat, but okay, I'll take your word for it. Let me move. Let me move my map so I can actually see.
Yeah. So you're just there in the right.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
You can stick your head out and you can actually breathe. He's still underwater.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be my turn.
Okay. This is all pre-set up. Ligotti, what are you doing?
All right, so the fish is not currently visible.
Not currently.
Okay. This spot that's right next to me, can I walk on that, or am I going to fall in this hole?
You can walk around it. There is a bit of a skirting moment, obviously half movement, but you can skirt around it.
All right, so yeah, what I want to do is like do that and then get over here next to Ambrosia.
Okay.
Does this work? Yeah. And so I have a question, and I have a good intelligence and investigation. Is there a lifeboat somewhere on this ship that like maybe nobody has noticed yet?
Roll me investigation check.
Okay. Okay. That is a 22 investigation.
22. Guys, we're only level 2. Calm down a little bit.
That's my best thing, investigations.
You start to have flashes back when you started to get up onto the ship, as well as sort of you're just mingling around, talking to people, and just getting a survey of your area. And right now, as you currently are actively looking, there was sort of a buoy, but as you look on your side, you do not see it. I think with a 22, I think what you do catch, there are loose ropes. And as you sort of look off into the distance, just only with the illumination of the moon, you can see a buoy that's currently just floating by itself.
The buoy that somebody could like ride on, sort of thing?
It's about maybe 60 feet away from the ship.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm gonna point it out and shout, and I'm gonna say like, the buoy's been cut loose. It's south of the ship, and point in that direction. And I'm just over by Ambrosia. I want to help her up, but not like as an action, just when she's ready to get up.
Perfect. Ambrosia also does have a turn, so we're gonna have that in mind. Diva.
Quick statement. Technically, I already initiated my Crimson Right because that's what I did during the performance, and it hasn't been a long rest yet.
Correct.
So that's already going. So I heard what Ligotti says south of the boat, so over here towards the aft.
Yes. So it would be like 60 feet beyond the aft, so sort of in this direction.
All right, so I'm gonna go with this idea. That is going to be I'm going to run to Arrow and use my action to help them up.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I just go, boat guy, wake up,
I'm up!
fix it.
It's in half!
What about that?
Gonna look off where she's pointing.
I point at the buoy.
Can you swim?
We shall see.
Okay.
I think that's all I really can do at this moment. The fish thing's not out. Yeah, I think I'll do all my action at this moment.
Morse, you're up.
I will use half of my movement to get up. You said the boat was at 0 HP.
Oh no.
I
Cure
cast
wounds.
Cure Wounds on
Cure
the
wounds.
ship. Cure wounds.
I mend.
Okay, so you said that the ship was somewhere this way? The buoy?
Yeah, it's beyond the aft. It is currently
Alright.
like in this direction.
Got it. I'm gonna take... Okay, so I used 15 to get up. 20, 25. Can I get over here with 30? Can I get
You're going
there?
in the water?
I'm diving. I took 5 steps back and then a 10 foot running jump. I'm going in. I'm going to get that.
With all that armor too.
Yeah.
Look, we're gonna end up in the ocean regardless.
It's a noble sacrifice. We can all get to the buoy now.
So
We'll
I'm going
remember
to-
you.
we're going to hold on to that for a particular reason. And this is either going to be a silly moment and you can have another turn, or we're going to go with this. Morse, in this version or timeline, it may change, jumps into the water. And you start to sink because you're wearing heavy armor, correct? And that's the last we see of Morse. I will say, Arrow, before you go, let's go ahead and have this little defining moment and see if this changes anything.
Okay.
Ambrosia sort of stands up as well, using half her movement. Looks at the area, sees sort of all this damage, and goes, "What do we?" And sort of like hears you, Ligotti, go, "The buoy's gone," or it's like in that direction. She's going to look to you, Ligotti, and go, "Do you think we can get it?"
It's possible. There are ways.
I can make one.
A buoy?
In the sorts, yes.
Well, then do that.
It's gonna take some time, though.
Well, do it as fast as possible, I would advise.
Okay.
Can we get a what is a buoy situation?
Can you hurry up?
It's like a.
Is
it's
a
like
buoy a boat? Or are you thinking of a boat?
Or a buoy? Because a buoy
Like
is
a
a little
dinghy?
bobbing thing that bobs.
Yeah, we call
Is it
a
made
buoy.
of ball?
Do we mean a dinghy? And
Yeah, is it a dinghy
It's
or
a
a
dinghy.
buoy?
It's a dinghy.
Okay.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
So
Well,
Because
she's
buoy
going,
would help, but not that much. Dinghy is much more useful. Yeah.
she's going to attempt to cast fabricate.
Oh,
Okay.
The only problem with that is it takes 10 minutes.
Oh shit, that's a
minutes.
long combat.
All right. I mean, I'm gonna assume we're having like a conversation, and if she can cast stuff, she knows spells. I'm gonna say it's possible that an unseen servant might be able to tow it closer this direction. I could try that, but you should keep doing the fabricate thing anyway in case it doesn't work.
Nods her head. Morris, would that change any of your decision making here? Okay.
No. It would. It would. Yeah, I forgot I had heavy armor on. Probably good to know what you're
How did
wearing
you
before
forget?
dump into.
We had a whole
Well,
talk
New
about
character,
it.
new campaign.
He's
Well,
used to
well,
not
see,
having
well,
any
that's true.
armor.
Well, first of all, we started the session and I'm on the floor. Okay, big fish, great. Hey, there's a ship. Like, there's a small little ship over there. I should go get it. I'm wearing heavy armor. Not
Didn't the last session though was all we talked about was your beautiful heavy armor?
Where's the war?
That is true.
It's fine.
I can
It's
neither, I
fine.
can neither confirm nor
In
deny.
your last campaign, you played with 0 armor, so this makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Great. So I will use half my movement to get up, and I would like to use the remainder. I'm going to 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna head down these stairs. I want to see if there's any. I want to see the extent of this. How bad is it?
Yeah, it looks like obviously there's a giant, significant chunk that was busted from the bottom up to grab its prey. Bits of the wood is cracked in several spaces. It is taking on, I think actually, good point. Roll me a perception check. This might help.
Okay, so that'll be. I got like all new rolls I gotta figure out now. That'll be 18.
18. You recognize that there is more weight in the back of the ship than the front, and it is currently titanicking.
You boy.
So it almost
And
feels
is
like
the,
Morse, Arrow, and Diva, and as well as Phoenix, who's underwater, is kind of in the danger zone right now.
Okay, I can't get a good look at the actual damage though, right? Because I'm not close to it.
I mean, the map shows what it is. You're seeing significant water. I'm not sure what more you're looking for in terms of type of damage. Like
Does it go all the way through?
Yeah,
no,
like how
not yet.
deep does it go?
deep enough where you could see the ocean.
Oh, well, all the way through.
Well, okay, I guess there's no saving this one. Hope y'all know how to swim. I guess then. All right. It might not be the best thing to do, but I guess I'm going to use my action to doff my armor.
Click, 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 click.
Uh-huh.
All right, you have removed your armor, so you don't get that benefit. Your AC is what it is.
I like
Interesting.
Nick's face. Nick's face looks more panicked than Steve's.
Is that the end of your turn? Arrow, you just got helped up by Diva.
So, with my experience, is there any saving this ship? Like, if I had people with buckets piling water out while I tried to fix it, is there any saving this ship?
This is abandoned ship moment.
Okay. Then I'm gonna, like, kind of grab Diva by her shoulders and start, like, shoving her off towards the top and get to the prow, now! And don't leave!
I'm like, okay, okay.
Actually, and then I'm gonna come over to grab any, like, spare rope that's just kind of loose on the ship.
Sure.
I'm gonna take one end of it and toss it to Moors. Take this, get to the prow, and I'm gonna tie the other end to myself. And then I'm
Yes,
going
sir.
to dive into the water.
Arrow's coming in with some commanding energy here. I love it.
No, not a fan of my singular land vessel sinking in a sea of ocean.
See, I was right. Boat guy knew.
Boat guy has been around sinking boats before.
We're going to begin initiative now. So back to the top. Phoenix, you have your full movement, action, bonus action if you wish to use it.
I don't think it's an action, but I'm gonna try and slap Gregory awake a little bit.
He's currently underwater.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like fully awake. No, she's gonna hoof it then with this
Okay.
guy.
I'll say it just takes 10 feet to get. I'll move you to here with Gregory in tow.
When she gets him out of the water, she's gonna try and shake him awake.
Okay. He's not going to wake up. He has 0 HP, but you can stabilize him because on his turn he'll be making death saves.
Okay.
So that is a medicine check if you wish to make it.
You said I did 15 movement, so I have 35 left.
That was 10 movement to go.
Oh,
You had to go there.
40 left. I'm gonna take him to here if I
Okay.
can.
It is half movement when you go through the water.
Okay, well then we're just gonna stabilize his ass right here.
Okay. Roll me a medicine check.
Be good. Oh, thanks. Me cursing at my dice.
You also have Bardic Inspiration from Unknown
yeah.
Deity.
Well, I don't think it's that high, but I mean, unless my medicine's crap. 21?
Absolutely. You start to tear what little rags and clothing that you have on your own, or maybe in your pack, and you start to wrap, bandage, stop the bleeding, and you just see Gregory's sort of breath, and just starts to cough up seawater, but his eyes are still closed. You see there's sort of this haggard breath coming from him, but he is alive, just unconscious.
Okay. I'm still gonna, I think I'm gonna, I don't know.
A monk punches him awake.
Yeah, I thought about it. Probably work just as well as medicine shit. Do I have enough, even halved, would it be enough movement to go around this freaking hole? Or
You
are we
have
gonna
40
see-
feet left, right?
Yeah, so it'd be
So
like
that'd
20.
be 20 feet. You get, well, it'd be 5, 10, and then you start doing half, so it'd be 20, 40. I guess that is, yeah, right there.
Oh shit, that's in a bad spot. No, we're gonna stay where we're at, I think.
Okay.
Or no, my gut says no. Can I move him right here?
Click and hold.
Sorry, I have the menu. It's not letting me do it, but
Click and hold.
No.
Measure.
here. Like, can I just move him a little bit? I'm trying to get to the
here?
edge of the ship.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can.
But
move
I don't
here.
want to get too close to the hole in case that fish comes back up.
Very fair.
I technically can't do like patient defense just yet, right? As a bonus action to like in case anything comes out of the water.
I think you can.
I'm gonna do that.
You're a level 2 monk. I think you have
I think I
key
can do
points, and you can do. Yeah, you can do step of the wind, which is a dash, or you can patient defense, or disengage.
my step of the wind. Can I get all the way over there to the other side?
Oh, yeah, I think you could. I mean, it was 40 to get here, and then you have another 50 feet of movement. You can definitely
Yeah.
get to the other end.
Let's step of the wind then.
Okay, so that's a key point.
Yeah.
Running, I think what happens is that you start to step on the water, and very much like the Flash, just sprays of water behind your feet. Due to this step of the wind, your hair starts to ignite a little hotter, and it propels you a bit forward.
Okay. And then I yell to Ligotti, and I don't know who Ambrosia is, but I'm like, does anybody have any healing? He hit his head. And I'm just propping this guy up. And that's my turn. Let me mark my key point.
Yeah, Ambrosia would shake her head at you and just go, I can't right now. Just, you see arcane sigils, and a lot of the wood start to bend around her hands.
I'm done.
Ligotti, you are up.
Okay, I'll say to Phoenix, I'll say, she's trying to make a boat. Try to keep her alive. I'm gonna try to get the thing I thought was a buoy, but turns out it's a dinghy. And I'm gonna
Just cocks her
head
head
in
and
that-
she like, what?
yeah.
I didn't do enough research. Common
All right,
sense,
so-
I should know.
So it's in that direction, but I need to be within 60 feet of it for the unseen servant to reach it.
Okay.
And the unseen servant can only move 15 feet. So it's, even though it's the wrong side of the ship to be on, it's better for me to be on that side of the ship when I cast this spell. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
So yeah, I just want to do my full movement all the way over here. Does that work?
Like 30 feet to get here?
Yeah, 30 feet. Oh, can you not see the arrow right now?
No,
I
can
don't see it.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, we're let me zoom out a little bit. Try it now.
I mean, I'm doing it right now. But,
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Yeah. There it is.
All right. Yeah, it's 20 feet to get right next to the hole, and then the rest of 40 feet, just using my entire turn to zoom all the way over there, if that works.
That'll work.
Okay. I'm going to run all the way over there, see what they're doing. I see that they see the dinghy over there, and I say, if I can be within 60 feet of that, I can try to use my magic to bring it closer. But I can't do that this turn, though, so my turn is done.
All right, Diva, you're up.
Do I try to figure out how to help Ligotti or run? Is there anything else object-wise on the aft of the boat, like more rope or a lifesaver or something flotation device?
Yeah, there are buoys. This will be a clip. There are buoys. There are lanterns that are still lit, so that water hasn't crashed into them just yet enough to remove their light. There are loose rope everywhere. I would say kind of like in the back here there are like spears in case you need them, but these are the objects around you.
Arrow, how much time think we have until it sinks?
How much time till it sinks?
Because it's coming from you, I'll say you have roughly 12 seconds before this thing starts to really take a crack.
All right, that means I'm gonna take a run.
I'll say fairly,
you
you
could-
think it's going to be 12 seconds undisturbed.
Yeah.
If we're lucky, 12 seconds.
Unless
To the prow.
tie a rope to yourself and tie it to Ligotti, so if he starts to sink, you
That's
would...
actually not a bad idea.
Just
so-
a suggestion.
There is more rope on the deck on the aft, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna grab a rope, tie it around Ligotti's waist, and I'm like, here you go. And
Thank you.
I'm gonna use all my movement to get to the other side of the ship. So I know here to here is 30.
I'm gonna mark red for these two because you two are tied together. I'm gonna mark blue because you two are now tied together.
Is tying the rope you're taking it as an action, or can I use like my dash as well?
I'm not gonna be a stickler. I think you can go ahead and dash if you want.
Yeah, she starts wrapping it around. I'll finish tying it while I'm doing other stuff.
You can get a max of 50 feet away from Diva. Or Diva, you can get a max of 50 feet away from Ligotti because it is a 50-foot rope.
Cool. All right, that sounds good.
This middle spot is rough terrain for now.
I'll end my turn there.
All right. Morse. Freshly undonned.
Well, I'm going to grab the armor I've just undonned.
Oh, no.
Roll it up, put it in my pack. That's going to be my action. And then
That's fair.
I'm going to use bonus action to dash. I'll go.
You have a bonus action to dash?
No, I don't. But I will dash.
Yeah.
But I will dash. Let's see.
I'll say that putting it away, storing it, I'll say that takes a bonus action for this moment.
Okay. Well, then in that case, I'll bonus action put the armor away. And then
We're
action.
new people. We're new to these
Action.
characters.
I can get. I'll get over. Can I get over? Ooh. Oh, actually, can I get? No. Come on.
There you go. I was going to say, don't
There
forget.
you go. Okay.
There's a point.
Yeah. I'll get there. I'll just use everything to get there.
All right.
I'll run around the circle, get there.
Let me double check something real quick.
Mhm.
You are just 50 feet away from Arrow. That is as far as you can go.
Oh yeah, you guys are tired. Maybe you should draw lines or something, Mike.
Well, because people can change.
Oh yeah.
They're going to change movement.
And then I'm gonna ask the fiery-haired woman, Phoenix. What's wrong with him?
He hit his head when the boat got freaking cut in two. You have any healing?
Yes, I do. But I won't be able to cast it this turn. So
You
I'll know
yell
for
that
next
he's
turn.
running to you. So
Yeah.
we're ending the turn as he's like running in your direction.
I do. Not now.
I do.
Gotta get there.
No, and that'll end my turn.
Okay. I would like everyone to roll me dex saves.
Patience defense doesn't do anything for that. That's just if I get whacked, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What is it? What is it?
Fine. Not the best, but not the great. No. Well,
That's how I feel right now. Not the best, but not the greatest. Or
I
not
don't
the
know why
worst.
I said two positive things.
All right,
I
so we're
don't
gonna go.
know. I don't know how.
15.
I don't know how worser I could have rolled. I rolled
Also
a 0.
15.
Who here rolled lower than a 12? All right. Once again, Morris and Arrow, you guys go right back down.
That's what happens when
Let's
you're
go,
beefy,
buddy. At
I
least
love that
we're
they're tied
together.
together. They're just like.
I have to call. I have to call this out. I rolled a nat 1,
Oh,
which with my -1 to Dex is a 0.
0, yeah.
Oh.
We'll say Morris is the one. Morris
He
gets to
slips.
the end of the rope, slips. Arrow, you're looking over towards the little, the little raft is, and you go, "Oh!" and you get pulled and slid, and the ship. You actually feel the ship rocket in one direction. It comes to a point where you can see like droplets of water from the sea dropping off the bottom of the ship until finally the entire ship gets almost lifted
Oh,
for a
Good.
moment.
Yeah, great.
this
That is
fun.
good. That's lifted is the opposite of sinking.
Gets lifted for a moment until finally
Ah!
Yeah, harder and then more. Yeah.
comes on this side. It actually jumps onto the boat for a moment. Just it just has this like loud like just like this real guttural screech, this animalistic screech. Tries to grasp onto the actual side, falls back down into the water.
Ah, hell.
If I can, there we go. Arrow.
I'm so glad that came right before my turn, because I wasn't planning on going into that water or anything. Okay, so I'm prone again,
Yes.
and the boat is pouring water off of the end where Ligotti and I are.
Yeah, at the end of the next round, it's gonna be worse where you guys are standing.
Great. It's half movement to get up, right?
It is.
Okay. I'll do that, and are there any other barrels that have not
Other
yet been
barrels?
thrown over?
No, you successfully helped him put all of the barrels up into the mast. If I think there probably would be like, if you're looking for actual barrels, there'd probably be underwater where the bar was, because there are like barrels of drink, probably empty ones that have already finished due to the merriment.
And then the chum barrels, have they all fallen into the water? Like, is the mast snapped?
The mast is snapped and has fallen in this direction. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So I can actually, I'll draw a little like a crude circle, but this is where it's starting to get chummy.
Wait, hold on. I need to move my thing. Okay. And then the dinghy is like just straight off the aft.
Yeah. It was tied to the back and it's now 60 feet that way.
This is a terrible idea, but it's the only one I have. I'm gonna look to Ligotti. You're casting a spell?
I am going to try.
How long will it take?
I will do it immediately, but at best case scenario, it'll take a little bit for that dinghy to get to where we are.
All right.
Like a couple of turns it's going to take. Best case scenario. Might not even work. I don't know.
I'm gonna make sure I'm untied from the rope. I'm just gonna sever that, and then I'm gonna dive into the water and start swimming after the dinghy. So, how does swimming speed work?
It is, unless you are proficient with, unless you have like a swimming speed, it is half your movement.
Okay, and I already used half to get up.
Yeah, so
So
you could
7?
essentially jump into the water. I'll give you like 10 feet to go, because it's jumping in the water. You're not going to go straight down.
Right.
You are jumping at an angle, so I'll give you 10 feet to go splash right here.
Okay, then I will use my action to dash. So that's another 15 feet.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my action surge to go another 15 feet.
Okay. It makes sense that you are going over here, because this map will change in the next round.
Okay.
No pressure.
And that's all I have.
You're a little further away. We're going off map, but we'll count it. Yeah, Ligotti, you just see Arrow cut the rope, jump, and just starts to Olympian just starts to swim. Because I think you still are donning armor as well as weapons, so you just start swimming with all this equipment.
Yeah, it's not heavy armor. It is leather. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna remove these little bubbles because you guys are no longer tied. Okay. Ambrosia at the end of the turn is still currently starting to do a little bit more. You start to see the wood start to bend and curl at her movement, but it's gonna take a lot longer. It's the only thing she can do right now. She's not willing to go into the water or towards the aft. Phoenix.
Oh boy. I mean, I don't know if there's anything I can do. Does she see anything at the bow of the ship that would help? Like, what's around here?
You want to look at your surroundings? Yeah, roll me a perception check.
Because I was like, I got who I wanted to get out. The fish is not on board right now, so it's a little weird. Okay, that's not great. I think that's only a 10.
10?
I
Roll me an
low.
insight check.
Yeah, insight's actually better. Okay, 18?
You don't know exactly where this thing is going to show up again. But there's something that crosses your mind immediately, is that this thing jumped out out of the water onto the boat, where approximately where it saw some people, more specifically Ligotti and Diva.
Shit.
It is now scoured the ship in a way where it's like, where is the prey? And you feel immediately unsafe. You're not sure exactly if it's going to get directly to you, towards Diva's area, or maybe just right towards Ambrosia. But this particular moment, this little point here, feels a bit unsafe.
This is gonna be stupid, but I mean, well, not stupid. It won't be stupid if the fish comes out of the water. But I think she's gonna. Gregory's up now, or he's just breathing.
He's stable. He's not up.
Okay. She's gonna try and slide him over behind her, so like maybe 5-10 feet. She's going to step and probably put him a little closer to Ambrosia. Step in front of him and Ambrosia. She's gonna tell Moors, like, put that armor to use and barricade, because that thing's gonna come out wherever we are. If she needs this boat, we have to protect her and him. And
Or you're sliding them away.
Yeah.
So okay, we'll
And
say that you're.
She's just gonna take a protective stance in front.
All right, you're taking the dodge action.
Yeah.
Or are you readying an action?
No, I'm ready to attack. So if this thing comes out, I'm gonna try and hit it.
Okay. You yell that just to Morris or to Diva as well? Actually, I don't think Diva can get any closer.
Yeah.
I can't move, but can I say I heard her?
Yeah,
If she's talking about
Okay.
the rope, I don't think I'd take it in account, but just like I'm telling them that thing's gonna come out wherever we are, and she's casting a spell and he's down on the ground. And Moors looks like he could probably take a hit. So she's like me and you in front.
Okay. The end of your turn, you're holding an action. I'm assuming the reaction or the what triggers it is if you see it and it's within range.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit it with my bow staff if I can. If it comes
Wonderful.
out.
Ligotti, you're up.
All right, I have questions again. So the range of the spell is 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
You said it's about 60 feet. Is it a little bit more than 60 feet away from where I'm standing now, or a little bit less?
I will say that it is. You feel fairly confident that you can drop an unseen servant onto the actual.
Okay, that was going to be my second question, because it says an unoccupied space on the ground. I wasn't sure if the ocean counted as ground or if a boat counts as ground.
I think the boat, like there is salt surface to walk on the boat. Yeah.
Otherwise, you couldn't like do it in a building, right? If it didn't count as ground.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Okay, so then if I'm within 60 feet and I can do it, then I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant and in the boat, in the dinghy. So I can command it as a bonus action each turn, command it to interact with an object and move up to 15 feet. I mean, what I'd really like is if it could tow the boat 15 feet closer each turn. I don't know if it has to like row or if there's a rope it can pull. I think it's ambiguous if an Unseen Servant can like hover over water. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm telling it, get that boat to me as quickly as possible, and it's up to this Unseen Servant to figure it out. It's its problem now.
If you can, I think Unseen Servant, it does have a strength check, or it does have a strength score.
Yeah, strength of 2, so not very good. But if it's an empty dinghy and it's able to like pull the rope or something, then it's at least moving it closer to Arrow and closing that gap, you know?
It does say you can use a bonus action to move it, and I will count this as a bit of a movement. It is just simply grabbing onto the oars and just probably not expertly, and obviously you can't see your Unseen Servant.
Yeah, it says anything a human servant can do. Yeah, I mean, what this actually is, like if Ligotti cornered you and talked to you about his magic, this is the Salal. This is the force of change that is underneath everything, that is the only truth of the world. And it's not actually like an animate servant doing this. It is the boat is deciding to move on its own. There is latent action within the boat, and it is moving towards us because it always had the potential to do it, and I've just woken up that potential.
Incredible.
So is the boat 15 feet closer to Arrow at least?
It is right. Yeah, it is right there. So I'm going to mark a little thing here.
Thank you.
The ship or the little boat is... I have to zoom in. I'll say it is right here.
Okay. Cool.
Made it onto the map.
All right, great. And then I can't be more than 60 feet away from the spell. But if it came 15 feet closer, can I back up 15 feet from where I am?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, then I'm going to do that. I will very carefully not move further than the spell allows, but I'm like in towing the magic this way with, yeah.
There's a rope on you, and you have a rope on it.
Yes. All right, that's my turn.
That's so smart. Diva, you were up.
So I can't move because I'm still tied to Ligotti, but
You have a little
Diva
more slack
heard
now.
what. I'm like, no, but Diva heard what Phoenix said, so she got full of excitement because she's like, oh, she'll say out loud, oh, we're fishing. Pulls out her sword, reignites her flame. Here, fishy, fishy, and I'll hold an action.
Okay. And is that where you're gonna stay where you're at, right?
I'm gonna see where I'm at.
Wonderful. We have 2 held actions right now. Morse.
Well, I'm once again going to use my 15 feet of movement to get up. But on the bright side, I don't have to move too much further because Gregory was his name?
Yeah, Gregory.
Yeah, he is right in front of me. Fantastic. I'm going to use Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. Roll
at
for
this
the
point-
healing.
Yeah, at this point, we could use all the help we can get. All right, and it is... What's the roll here?
Cure wounds, I believe, is 1d8.
1d8 plus I think your whiz. Oh, yeah.
For you, it would be charisma.
Oh, yeah.
All right. He's going to gain a whopping 4 points of healing.
Here. And just wide eyes. His beard is wet and matted. He is like... feels the back of his head. He's still prone right now. I'll say he goes the same initiative as Ambrosia, but he is just... sees you standing and goes... Thank you.
Don't thank me yet.
Action, movement. You still have half your movement and a bonus action.
Great. Could I... Because I've never actually casted this before. Could I cast Bless as a bonus action? Or does that count as a normal action to cast?
Unfortunately, it does take an action
is
to
an
cast
action,
Bless,
okay.
and you've casted a leveled spell right now.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to... I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to whip out my Warhammer. I'll put the mace away, because this is going to require some more firepower, if you catch my drift. Yeah, I'm going to whip out the Warhammer, and I will just end my turn there. I'll stay
Okay.
next to Gregory.
The waters start to crest once again. I need everyone to roll me a deck save. Everyone except for Arrow.
I was gonna say, I assume I'm exempt.
You're exempt.
I don't think Gregory has to roll one because he's already prone.
He's already prone. Yeah, he's just gonna get jumbled a little bit.
Oh, not bad. 22.
Not bad. Who rolled lower than a 12?
Oh.
Ligotti, you down this. Oh no, Morse too. You grab onto the hammer, water goes underneath your feet. Just fall.
Need better shoes, bro.
I don't think she get pulled because he fell, right? I just felt the jolt.
There's enough slack where you don't feel it tugging.
Okay.
Oof.
Oh,
This thing is going to reel forward, jump onto the ship.
No.
It is going to get, or at least it's an attempt to get Ambrosia.
Does
Action,
my
attack.
action go off?
Yeah, reactions. Let's go ahead and have our held actions going on.
I have to pull this up.
Yeah, same. I think I just rolled a hit.
New characters. Who's
Same.
this?
So I'm gonna swing at her with the
Ooh.
flaming sword.
Go for it.
20.
Natural
Ew.
20. Was this with
That's
your
gonna be a
Phoenix die?
19.
19? That hits.
Yeah, this is with my quarterstaff. So it was 25 in total.
Okay. We got 2 solid hits, 1 critical.
Need a what is
2
it?
dice or roll
D6.
the dice twice?
2 dice. It's double the dice.
Of all the dice I have pulled out, I don't have a D6 pulled out. Hold on.
6, 4, 10 plus 3, 13, 13, can't talk, points of bludgeoning damage.
13. You see this thing reaches out of the ocean. How much damage did you do, Diva?
Hold on, looking for a D4. Right now we're at 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 8 points of damage.
8. So you said 13, correct?
I said 13, yeah.
13 and 8. Oh, wonderful. Both of you immediately react as this thing leaps out of the water. It's this weird, almost human-like appendages, these arms, these beefy arms and hands start to grab onto the ship, pull it up. Its large maw just opens. You see nothing but the internal, like, skeletal structure of this creature, flesh, deeping into what looks to be this gigantic belly. The red skull part of it, its yellow eyes just look in your general direction. As it gets strike twice, it splits its eyes and tensions towards you, Phoenix and Diva. I'm gonna roll a luck check to see if it still thinks Ambrosia is an easy meal or if it wants to get revenge. All right. It is going to use a red tentacle on probably the thing with, you're both a light, which is what I'm trying to get here.
We're both lit on fire.
Yeah.
We have a sword on fire and hair on fire, so what do you want?
I'm gonna roll a d6. I'm gonna roll a d6.
So what do you want?
Yeah, so what do you want? Listen here. I'm gonna do attack on Phoenix.
Yeah.
All right, that's gonna be a 15.
Just hits, that's what I see.
15 just hits. That's gonna be 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Eep.
And you are grappled
Oof.
as these red tentacles suctions, falling like these suction cups onto your side. And that's going to be its turn.
And it stays there, right? It doesn't move?
It actually does not move in this round.
Okay.
Wonderful. Arrow, it is your turn.
Hello, me again. Is there anything visible on this dinghy, or is it just rowing oars?
Just, you see the oars are moving on its own, and it is just, yeah, there's no, like, magical effect. It is, like Ligotti said, it's supposed to be moving this way anyways.
Okay. Here's a logistics question for you that Arrow would probably just know instinctively. Could he make it go faster by tugging it, like towing it behind him, or by rowing?
I think by rowing, you probably have a better strength score than this thing does.
Okay, then I will swim up to it, hoist myself on, just kind of like look at it rowing itself, like, yeah, I'll take that.
Wonderful. And I think because you have proficiency with water vehicles. Yeah. It was sort of 15 feet to get there. You can use 15 feet, the rest of your movement to move it. 15 feet.
Perfect.
So you can go 5, 10 feet. You can go like here.
Dash count for rowing?
Yeah, it's movement.
Let's do that.
Okay.
And I want to try to like curve it toward the side of the ship Ligotti's on.
Okay, you're going, so another 30 feet here.
Perfect.
Yeah, full on. Just full on getting over here to the side of the ship. Ligotti, you start to see finally in your peripheral Arrow moving the ship along, taking over.
And do I also see the maw just like clinging onto the front of the ship?
Yeah, you see its backside slipping out and off the ship and a little bit dangling into the water.
I'm gonna curse myself and just keep going.
Okay.
That'll be it.
All right. Ambrosia is kind of in a pickle. She's like being pushed and somewhat squeezed by this creature. I'm gonna roll a con save just by the inconvenience, see if it's gonna break her concentration. She's good. but she's gonna be cursing underneath her breath, just going like, "Fucking shit, get it off!" The end of the round.
She doesn't take an action?
She's concentrating on the spell.
Oh,
It takes
yeah,
a few,
yeah,
takes a
that's
minute. Takes a few minutes.
My bad.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Oof, shit.
You hear, Ligotti, you are now in the water.
Okay. I hate it.
A boat's coming. Were you at
Yeah.
least?
Do I watch him start sinking?
He's not actually fully sinking due to the rope tied to him and Diva. Diva, you feel a little tug on your back.
I'm not too
God damn
heavy.
it.
I don't have any armor on or anything.
Yeah, that's it.
No, no, no.
Like, I can
You're
dog
distracting
tap.
me from what I want to do, which is fight. So, god damn it.
Be fine. I can. We don't need the rope after my turn, so go ahead and do whatever you need to do. Don't worry about me.
Phoenix, you are grappled, but that doesn't mean it's not disadvantage on anything. It just means you have 0 movement right now.
Okay, I was reading my stuff, so I would be ready. I can do flurry of blows if I hit just once, right?
You can use an action to hit, and then you can spend another key point to do 2 more hits.
It doesn't matter what I hit with.
The flurry blows have to be unarmored attacks.
That's fine.
Or unweaponed,
Yeah, it
Armored,
can't be my stab.
Unweaponed. I like that.
unweaponed. What is it called? Unarmored? I'm
Unarmed.
the DM. I should know.
Unarmed.
Unarmed.
Unarmed. Yeah.
I like unweaponed better.
Unweaponed.
Unweapon.
We voted. This is going to be a compilation. I
Does
know
17 hit?
it. 17? 17 does hit.
D4 plus 3 because of monk crap. 6 points of damage.
6 point. Jesus. Okay, perfect.
Spend a key point. Flurry of blows. And that's 2 offhand attacks, right?
Yeah. Whatever you want to call it.
I can't math. Unarmed strike just plus 5. 23?
Yeah, 23 hits.
And dirty 20.
Both hit.
So 6 on the very first one.
Monk's
That's
popping off.
only D4 plus 3. So another 4.
Okay.
Well, that's better. Another 7.
Jeez. With the staff, and then 2 strikes.
I'm trying to get it to let me go.
Okay. Wonderful. That was the end of your turn, right, Phoenix?
Yeah, let me mark my key point.
Wonderful. Legendary action. That's right. You guys are experienced D&D players. We're going right into this legendary.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
It is going to utilize one of its... Let's see. Yeah, it's going to use a rumbled cry. And I would like... Oh, the only one's going to be affected is going to be Diva and Ambrosia. I need you both to make me dex saves.
Be nice, be nice. That's going to be a 14.
That's exactly what you needed. The entire ship starts to vibrate. Ambrosia's like, I can't work like this! As
Like-
the
Underneath the fish.
everything starts to crack and crumble, and she's like holding the spell as much as she can. She goes, should I still be doing this?
Yes.
Diva, you do not fall prone.
Unless you want to really hit the fish.
That's the legendary action. Ligotti, you're in the water.
I am. I hate it.
It's not like you
In my
can't be prone.
backstory, I wrote about Ligotti's fear is fear of the ocean because he almost drowned when he was a kid, and now here we are on our first adventure. It's happening again. This sucks.
You've only got on
I
a boat,
feel you.
though.
That Family Guy
Yeah.
episode. I hate it here. That little gift.
Bad stuff.
Hate
I'll call the Ligotti
okay.
just to make sure he can see me.
Yeah. All right. So gonna be there. What would happen, Mike, if the 5 feet of water directly below me, the 5-foot cube of water directly below me, all froze instantly? Would it become a giant ice cube and lift me up out of the water, at least for me to like cling to until the boat goes by?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. All right. Then I'm
love
going
that.
to I'm going to use shape water, and the 5-foot cube of water below me becomes an ice cube, and lifts me up out of the water.
Oh my goodness.
I encourage
That's
the
brilliant.
the water to change to decide that it's going to be ice right now. All right,
You're like,
so that
whisper,
was
you're
back-
cold, you're ice, and then
Yeah.
Affirmations.
Okay. That was my action. Got the rope. Can the unseen servant do anything to help? I don't think so. I'm gonna have the unseen servant start massaging Arrow's shoulders encouragingly because all this rowing is probably hard work.
It's
I
all-
don't
it's-
like the
you've always
nothingness.
had. It's not that an unseen servant's doing it. It's just you've always had a shoulder massage. Shoulder massage.
Your muscles have always known how to do this on their own, but it's just the magic is encouraging self massage like that. So.
Fascinating.
And then it's not exactly a held action, but I'm ready to jump on this boat when it passes by me. I'm gonna clamber on. So yeah.
I'll say just forgoing your movement. If this thing does pass and
Yeah.
you're within 5 feet of it, I will put you on it.
Cool. That works. All right, that's my turn.
Arrow's getting more disturbed by the moment.
So much happening.
Diva, you're up.
Okay, so I had to think about this in the mind of Diva. She was all like, oh my god, I feel that, but oh, big fish, I want to kill it. Oh no, there's suddenly buoyancy behind me. So that either means something happened or he slipped out and drowned. So I can focus on the fish.
I shouted, I'm fine, I'm fine.
I'm going...
She didn't hear that.
Yeah, she's
Not
like,
at
what
all.
problem relieved itself.
It relieved itself.
She's like having that, like, after like an explosion goes off too close to your ear because this thing let out a bellow next to her. She's like, uh-huh.
I'm going to swing my flaming sword right back at it. That is going to be a 16 hit.
16 hits.
Let's see, D6. Ooh. So that's 6. 4, that's 13 points of damage.
Whew. Wow.
Both dies hit their maxes with the 4 and the 6, so I was just like, yay!
You cut through it. This thing would be very much bloodied if it wasn't for the fact that you were, burning it with the sword.
Cauterizing just as I slash, like, shit.
Yeah. It smells like cooked fish for a moment.
So she has a lightsaber.
I mean, essentially. And that's all I can do, so I'll end my turn.
Okay. It is going to use a legendary action.
No.
You can't do that. It's going to use a red tentacle on you, Diva. It's going to be a 10 to hit.
Miss.
Well, it misses. Yeah, it tries to go through. You're able to cut one of the tentacles off.
It's like, I know Princess is a hit harder fish. Come on.
Morris, you're up.
Once again, third time's a charm. I'm gonna use half my movement to get up.
Okay.
I know I have a shield, but I also have my warhammer, and I know it's a versatile weapon. So can I forego the buff of the shield to use the warhammer two-handed?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can fixate the shield onto your back and then
Could
not
we
have
say that could we say the shield doesn't go on my back? I just don't get the +2.
up to you. Yeah. You just
It'd be
slide
like
the
shield.
slide the shield.
The shield. Well, I was gonna say the shield's on my arm, but I'm not shielding up. I'm just.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds fair.
that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. Okay.
Like panic swing.
Yeah. It's leaving
Well,
yourself
more-
wide open, negating
Yes.
the +2.
Yeah. More rage. I enter a rage. I'm joking, or am I?
He's back.
I'm gonna use my 15 feet. I'm gonna come over here,
Wonderful.
and I'm gonna bring down the warhammer.
Make me attack.
Woo-hoo-hoo. That is going to be a 30-20.
That hits.
And I would like to use a bonus action.
Okay.
I would like to Wrathful Smite.
All right.
Cool. Does that
for
hit?
Dirty 20 definitely does connect.
All right. So then I need a 10.
And let me know if I need to do anything for Wrathful Smite. For a DM who's still learning your characters.
Hey, me too. Let's see. You have to make a wisdom saving throw, or else you'll be frightened until it ends concentration for a minute.
Okay, that is going to be a -1, so we're going to sit at a 9.
All right. And
I'm assuming that fails.
I should have had my spell save DC. I do have it. Ha! Look at me. I'm a better player now. Yes, that does fail. My DC is 12.
All right, it is feared of you, Morris.
It is afraid of me.
It is so afraid.
It is
Uh-oh.
frightened. Cool. And then I will get to deal an extra 1d6 psychic damage to it. So,
Well, it's not resistant or immune to any of that, so go ahead and just give me the full total.
glorious. Oof. That'll be 16 points of damage.
Woo! This thing's looking... Now it's looking fully bloodied. It's not looking good. Still has some fight in it, but it's also afraid. Taking multiple hits from punches, a bow staff, flaming sword, and now a hammer.
And then, as an action, the creature can make a wisdom check against my spell save DC to steal its resolve and end the spell.
Okay.
Or I should say, I guess, end the condition.
The end of your turn? All right. It is going to spend an action to swallow.
Uh-oh.
Being the only grappled creature, Phoenix, I need you to make me a strength save.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Don't forget you have a bardic inspiration.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, from beyond.
Stupid copy. Okay, the dice wasn't bad. D6, right?
A D6, if you want to use it.
Where did my D6 go? It ran away.
See, reading the copy is good.
I just had it. I have to go find another one. To be fair, I have a crap ton of dice. Hold on.
As you should.
I have a whole bag.
No. She means like an absurdly abnormal amount of dice. Like,
Like
She
that
should.
thing does damage.
yeah, like
I
no
understand.
one should have it. No one. No. No one should have this much dice. That's
So
what
other stuff in here
That's-
was.
Yes.
You're all a
I
problem.
love seeing my fellow goblins.
I was like, where's my D6? Now it's bothering, but okay. 18 plus 3 is 21, plus
21.
the D6 is 26.
You did not want to be
Oh,
swallowed.
no, I did not.
The meaty arms grapple you, release you from the tentacles, and are starting to bring you into the maw. You put both feet onto the like edge of the mouth, the sort of the bottom and top, and you're fighting against the arms.
Can I flavor it?
How do you want to do it?
Even though it doesn't really go off. I think if she's in this thing's mouth, she just grabs like the edges of the mouth and then invokes the flame power that is her body, quite literally, and tries to singe the hell out of this thing because she does not want to get eaten.
Did Phoenix just give the fish heartburn?
roll me a d20 real quick.
Oh, okay. I don't know if this is good or bad.
That's a.
It's only a 7.
Only 7. You're still grappled, but you are pulled away,
Okay.
and you are not being swallowed.
Yeah.
I'll say on a 10 or higher, it's going to release you, but it's going to attempt for another snack if it can.
No, thank you.
But that's okay. That's okay.
Not that.
Because it's also feared. So you still grappled. It's going to slip off the edge here, meaning that Diva and Morris can take attack opportunities if they wish.
Of course. And it would slide way back there. That's going to be 13 to hit.
13 is exactly what you need.
Yeet. Now,
Not high AC, but definitely a beefy guy.
that is going to be 6 points of damage.
Okay. Morse, do you want to take your attack of opportunity? Go for it.
It's crit time.
Yeah.
Let's go.
While you added that up, I have to look something up. Let me know. It was Vengeful Smite. What was it called?
Wrathful Smite. It is a concentration, so I am holding concentration.
Okay.
It says the next time you hit with a melee weapon during this spell's duration, your attacks deal an extra 1d6 psychic damage, and then on your turn, or as an action, your creature can make a wisdom check against by DC to end the status.
Yeah. Go for it.
All right. So that's going to be double.
That's
double everything,
incredible.
right? That's double everything, right?
Yeah, it double everything. Double the 1d6 psychic damage, and then double the die you roll for the hammer. This is probably the only fear-affecting spell I've read so far that doesn't go away with hitting it. So even with the attack opportunities, it's still not going to knock it out of its fearful state.
Makes sense.
Okay, so
It's more feared now.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's so powerful. One thing I do want to just inform you, Steve, in the future, you have to do bonus action first and then see if you hit. Not hit and then spend a bonus action.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. 8. Oof. 14. Oof. 20.
20? Oh my god. This thing is on death's door.
I'm still surprised it's alive. After
I mean,
that.
it's swimming away. See if it's smart enough to stay away.
So, slides off, bring you along, Phoenix.
Uh-huh.
Ah, damn it.
And I think it's going to go towards a smaller amount of prey. So that's going to be...
But it doesn't have to, you know.
So, Phoenix, you are currently being held up as you're
Run.
rocking back and forth. This thing is currently swimming in your direction, Arrow.
Good, great.
Or maybe Ligotti. Someone looks interesting here.
I don't know. She's gonna look to both of you, going, "Little help!" as she's trying to hold this thing's mouth.
I got a 5-foot cube of ice underneath me. I don't think it wants to eat that.
Arrow, you are up.
I don't like the way everyone is laid out on this map right in front of me. This is super obnoxious for me. Okay, I don't want this dinghy to sink. Oh, but I want this thing dead so bad. Okay,
You mean this
I'm gonna
buoy?
get my... Yeah, sorry, my buoy.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm
dinghy or
gonna-
boat?
Well, so
The
it is,
dinghy
it's
is
a dinghy,
boat.
but it has a little label that says the buoy.
Oh.
It's
Buoy.
named the buoy.
It's extremely confusing, and everyone on the ship hates it.
I'm gonna bring the dinghy called the buoy
Genius
over
name
to
is.
Ligotti.
All right.
Freaking Francis.
Of course he would.
Alright,
That man
as I
seems like he
can.
would do it.
All right, so you use your movement
Yes.
to get like here behind or to the right or to the left, I should say.
That's such a good question.
You have to be within
I'm
5.
gonna-
I'm gonna move the ship here, but you can place yourself and I'll move the ship to you.
I think you're right. I think to the left of
Where you're at
the
right now?
down. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll
Alright,
say
good.
free action. Ligotti, you can.
And then, what am I looking at when it comes to Phoenix right in front of me? Like,
Phoenix has multiple these red coloration tentacles, these almost crimson tentacles that are currently wrapping her around her waist. So she currently is like kicking and trying to fight it. Obviously, it doesn't have the action right now to do it, but is struggling to get out. And this thing is almost like a breaching whale or dolphin, where it's just, and you're just seeing the red maw or the red skull of it just sort of come in and out of the water. Occasionally, you'll see a little bit of the blue coloration of the fish.
okay, I'm gonna let go of the oars and just kind of look to Ligotti like, take this, and I'm gonna draw my short sword and I'm gonna see if I can cut Phoenix free and or kill this thing.
Holding an action.
Preferably. Okay.
Oh, you want to? Yeah, we want to make the attack right now, or
Yes, I would like to kill or attack it in some general
I would like to kill.
I would like to kill.
Yeah, me too.
I would love to kill it.
I'm gonna say because it is going to. It's about 10 feet away from you. You would have to hold an action.
Okay.
But the thing is, right after your turn, it's going to use another legendary action to try to ram the ship. I'll say you can minimize the amount of damage it's going to do to this small little dinghy. It has a certain amount of HP left.
Right.
You guys have done 90 plus damage to this thing. It has 100 points of hit points. So go ahead and roll your attack, and we'll see what happens here.
Okay.
It's a beefcake fish.
With my short sword, where is that number? 18 to hit.
Okay, 18 hits.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, and roll damage?
roll damage.
Sure. Okay, d6.
I'm gonna
6 total.
You guys
Let go a little.
have dealt. I was gonna write it before you read it, or before you said it, but you guys have dealt 94 points of damage to this creature. It has 100 hit points. So, describe how you kill the Mother Maw.
Okay! I think I just want to, like, cleave its head down the middle, like that skull, the maw itself. To get it to completely let go, I'm going to, like, spin my short sword in my hand and then place my foot up on, like, the railing of the dinghy and just kind of swing my sword directly down onto its face.
Phoenix, you see the arc of the sword, and you turn to the side quickly, pulling at some of the tentacles. Some of the tentacles get sliced in different angles, until finally you do cut into the Red Skull, and you start to learn now, the Red Skull is actually the real head.
Oh.
The fish body underneath is almost like just additional. The real brain is here as you cut through bone, twist, and you see just blood start to gout. The momentum it had is currently, it suffers a little bit. Does still have a bit where, like Ligotti, you take the oars and you're like, whoa, sort of feel a bit of the ship get pushed back about 5 feet, but the arms go lax. The tentacles release on you, Phoenix, and you are now in the water. We are out of initiative.
I have a weird question. When I'm in its mouth, do I get a sense that anything is in its stomach? Like people?
You're not actually in its mouth. You're being held by the red tentacles.
Do I see
above.
anything?
Yeah, you want to look at it? You see, you look inside and you see, for the brief moment as it's about to start to sink and take water, it's a disgusting view of multiple pieces of bone and humanoid structures that are squished. This thing was squeezing its prey and it's inside of its stomach.
So there's no saving it, right?
It looks like a soupy mess.
Okay. And she'll just swim up.
Yeah, it would have been bad if you got swallowed.
Oh, good.
Because what it does is that it dives underwater and it drowns and squishes you.
I don't always get eaten. Doesn't matter what campaign. You've gotten eaten in Nick's campaign.
It's your canon event.
Yeah. We will see what you guys do and how you proceed in just a bit. Let's take a quick toddler break. So, take 10 minutes, guys. You would join our party as I assume one by one, grabbing everyone onto our dinghy here. You all get here. The chum of the water is starting to attract.
The buoy, sir.
The dinghy named
The
Buoy.
dinghy. Yeah, the dinghy named the buoy, also known the Bowie. It is starting to attract several other smaller fish, and you can only get an idea that probably in some time bigger fish will follow.
Yep, we're good. Get on the boat.
And again, you're only about 300 feet, so next few minutes, obviously not stressing yourself, you can probably get it to shore in no time. Ambrosia sort of drops the spell. Only the front of a small dinghy is being created through the fabricate spell. She's like, perfect. Jumps on in with you, is shivering cold. Anyone who's been in the water is kind of like not having a good time. It is night. You're getting that cool air from the sea. I'm assuming the unseen servant is dispelled. Makes space.
I mean, it hangs out for an hour, and I don't have to concentrate.
Oh,
So I think the unseen servant has my hat and coat and is wringing the water out of them for me off the side of the boat.
Everyone just sees an invisible force
But,
take
yeah.
the hat and
Alright,
Really, it's
then.
just my hat and the coat doing it itself, right? Because of how the magic works. So
that's so cool.
Mhm.
Any discussion as you guys are getting to shore?
Phoenix really doesn't have anything to give because she doesn't have a whole lot of money, but she just hands you this, I don't know, maybe like 2-inch thing that looks like a butterfly with a little skull carved into it, arrow, and it's just like a little wood thing that she made, and she's like, I don't really have much, but thank you. And she just hands it to you.
I assume I'm the one rowing.
Yeah, you and Morris are probably taking turns or probably helping out each other.
As she
I've
tries
got
to...
like a kind of like an RBF going on over here, but being offered that, just kind of like, you don't have to give me anything.
That's okay. That's like bare minimum of what I can give you.
I mean, it's your life. I'm just going to let you drown.
Not everybody's that kind.
You should expect that from someone.
I don't. I've been trained not to.
I'll hesitantly, like, take the little butterfly. Sorry to hear that. Thank you.
You're welcome. And while she's trying to make sure Gregory is not dying on the boat,
A bunch of seawater. This nice
patting his
moment
back.
topped upon just the sound of, "Ugh."
Are
Thank you.
okay?
I'm fine, thank you. Taps
For all intents
Morse-
and purposes, I'm still tied to Ligotti, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
you
assume
can
we
always
do.
untie. Yeah.
No. If I'm still tied to him, I'm gonna jump in and see if I can get that skull. Chaos demon chime.
Okay, everyone's are packing into the ship. You kind of like jump in, look towards it. It's still floating next to you. Yeah, roll me athletics check. See if you can tear off this thing from the screen. I'll say athletics or animal handling. Nature would be animal handling. Yeah.
That is
Animal
better.
handling.
Athletics might be better than animal handling.
Right.
Animal handling. Yes, it is. So athletics it is.
Like how well you can, like if you could find the points to sever.
19.
19? Yeah, this is
Yes.
more forceful as you. The skull snaps in half. It is not complete due to the battle, but you do have the two halves.
All right. I start trying to swim back with two halves, like pulling on the rope to get back to the boat.
Is that gonna fit on the dinghy?
I will swim with it, and you guys can row me.
Sure.
They're both like,
Yep.
yeah, they're fairly large.
Just pull. I'm good.
I have extra rope if you just want to tie it to the back.
I just put. Oh yeah, we'll tie it to the back. I'll help tie, and then Greggy's
Fine, I'll
throwing up
tie
on
them
the other side of
onto
the
rope
boat.
that's tied to Ligotti. I'll tie Ligotti off once I get back, and then when they throw me the other rope, tie the other half, and then swim back to the boat.
The moment you get back onto the boat, Diva, oh, you got lucky. You look off in the distance, and there is something heading in your direction with a fin.
Oh,
As you're still in the chummed
Oh.
water, doing all these actions, and just as you get up, you just see this dark, cylindrical body that just rubs against the boat, and then starts to just do a bit of a turn.
I had an idea, but since I've swum away, I'll leave it alone.
Heading to shore, I'm assuming, or heading to port.
to land.
To land.
To land.
But before that, I'm going to take some time while everything is happening to put on the armor that I took off. So just click, 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 click. Don't mind me.
Okay. I think you feel a nice tap on your shoulder, Morris, as you finish putting on the armor. As Gregory's like, "You saved me, young man. Thank you."
Don't thank me yet. We're not on land. Anything could happen.
Right. Regardless, you brought me back, and I appreciate that.
Well, you're welcome. But again, don't thank me yet till you're on dry land.
A few moments pass. Waves taking you. Sort of that nighttime moment where you're just getting glints of moonlight through clouds. And you can see the almost like small stars off in the distance as you see the lanterns of Model Pier in the distance as it starts to get closer and closer. You're heading towards port, an empty side where you can tie the dinghy off. You get on, and I'll say everyone here make me a perception check.
12.
12.
15.
Nat 20.
Oh, there you
Woo! Jesus.
That
Yes,
time feels good.
16 for me.
16.
14.
14. And then Diva?
12.
12. For those, especially with Arrow, who got a natural 20, for those who got a 14 or higher, you notice that there are some armored individuals who are kind of like motioning in your direction, and you see about 3 armored individuals who are rushing towards the scene, essentially. You are not on to the docks just yet, but you are close.
Is it too far to do an insight check of what that's about?
Sure. Make me an insight check.
Just curious. Oh, that's pretty good. 23.
23. They looked well decorated. You've seen some of these guards come here and there. A couple of the model peer guards here. It looks like they're reacting to a scene, like much like a cop would come to a car accident. It's like, someone's coming in here to investigate.
Yeah, Phoenix is trying to gauge what that stance is, like if it's an aggressive one or if it's like one of concern. So that's what she's just trying to gauge.
From this distance, can't tell just yet, but I think you get the idea of like, okay, people are coming to at least talk to us.
Okay.
Finally, the ship hits a little bit of the docks. You grab a rope, tie it across it, start to tie it to make it stable. And I think each of you clamber onto the pier, finally feeling solid ground. And there's a heavy sigh of relief, especially from the NPCs that you saved, sort of these other individuals who are just like, oh.
I'll help Gregory out of the boat.
One of the individuals, a couple of feet away from you, sort of steps forward between the two. Looks you on and goes, hello, is everything all right?
Not exactly. The ship sank.
Right.
And we were attacked by that thing, and I just point to the skull that's on the back of
Pulling
our
it.
boat.
You see one of the guards behind the one who stepped up. One of the least decorated ones sort of goes, "It's a red maw. I've seen it in the tavern." And I goes, "Shh, quiet. Captain speaking." The captain sort of steps up. He goes, "Right. So, you were all on the torn chain, correct? What happened to the captain?"
He got eaten. Him and... I forgot their names already. Put that post-it away.
Yeah, if you wanna find them, they're in its belly somewhere out that way. But we're fine, thank you.
I think there is some chatter you see behind the captain. He kind of tells them to shush a little bit. He goes, "Right. To point. We have a process for things." And he sort of looks towards the younger looking officers. The one who stands in front of you is this short black hair, pale, little bit tanned face, almost like sun tanned, wearing brown leathers over the sort of like blue garb, with a bit of like a white, like a white scarf that goes over his neck, and on his left shoulder it looks to be like this almost very weathered, almost yellow golden, like shoulder pad with a bunch of like markings of like decor, like just higher ranking. Goes, "Yes, right. Let's stick step to step, right?" Brings out a notebook, flips it open. "Hello, I'm Captain Nondil of the Model Pier Shore Guard. First, does anyone require emergency medical attention?"
Does that guy need it, or is he okay now?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
probably Gregory.
I I think what happens is that, Gregory kind of lifts up a hand, fully, like, upset, is not looking good. He goes, I need help.
Happen.
We're going to figure this out. We'll be right back.
Pause.
Yeah, I think what happens is that Gregory sort of moved towards the side. One of the guards is sort of looking after him and sort of goes, we'll be with you in a second. And starts to almost talk to him like, first of all, what, like, do you have any problems? Immediate, like, almost like immersive rescues came here and just be like, what's going on? Sort of assessing the problem. Captain Nondell sort of looks to you all and goes, right. Can I have a name, please? I have your names.
Phoenix.
Write it down.
Caleb chimed in. He said, Bia.
That's a good cover name.
Don't everyone chime in all at once.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest. Diva does not care about law enforcement, so she's been ignoring them the whole time. So she's just trying to figure out how to get her skull on shore and home. So
Yeah, Arrow's like paying attention to them, but like he's also just kind of like only like half turned toward them and instead just kind of still looking back at where the ship used to be.
Ligotti will give his name, but he's working with Diva and saying, so if we created a 5-foot cube of ice below the skull, could it lift it up and like to try to rig it to get it onto land?
but here's the thing: how do we move the ice?
No, the ice lifts the skull and then you pull the skull so you don't have to pull it up out of the water. Yeah.
Okay, that might work.
Excuse me. We have a process
Not
here.
now.
We have a process for these things. A name.
Are you accusing us of anything in this process? Are we being detained for any reason?
Right now, we are simply just taking this step by step. I want to know who I'm talking to. You obviously were all on board the torn chain.
Did anybody see?
You know, the woman gave you a name. The name is Phoenix.
Yes, and what is your name, sir?
Why is that relevant?
I introduced myself. I figured,
You are
being
who
civil.
again?
Captain Nondill.
Do I recognize that name?
I don't think you do. He goes, I'm the captain of the shore guard. Yeah, so he's just trying to be civil. He tells you his name is Captain Nondill. He is the captain of the shore guard here. He goes, I'm just looking for a name.
For now, it's Phoenix and Associate. She'd have no need for our names. Still trying to pull.
Well, you heard the lady. Phoenix and Associates.
I don't know if I want to take credit for this.
You see him almost give a heavy sigh and he goes, right. Well, due to our interaction here and how I'd like to go step by step, and this is a very pressing nature of this this is quite a tragedy. We've lost a figure.
We
here in
lost a
Mortal Pier.
couple.
Of course, lives were lost. I would like to take you all back to the station just to get the accounts of what occurred here. You're not under arrest.
Then why?
But you are currently being detained at the moment as you were survivors of this tragedy.
Oh, then
You
I demand
detain
legal
your
representation. Yeah, I
No,
demand
you
legal
detained your
representation.
survivors. On what authority? You said there's a tragedy. There's your site. We came back with the thing that killed it. I'll give you half its skull if that's what you need, but you have no reason to detain us.
We simply just want to get a solid account of what occurred here.
Monster ate people. What else do you need?
I think Phoenix is just gonna go stand by one of the other guards.
They sort of take up a defensive position as you start to.
No,
close the
I'm not
distance.
gonna hit anybody.
No,
like,
but
she's-
they are currently being. It's not due to like, oh, I'm just being nice. No, even nice people who walk up to police in this situation are just like, take not any closer, please.
Well, you said I have to go with you. I'm trying to go.
You see the captain sort of nod. I know. Nod, and one of the guards does go to you, Phoenix, and starts to put your hands behind your back. Starts to put manacles upon you.
She just lets them.
Wait. You say we're not being detained, but that. Hear me out on this. You understand we were just attacked by giant monsters and you want statements, right?
Correct.
You see we are soaking wet, right?
Correct.
Then let us go and rest.
Or
We can give you a place.
Alternatively, take our statement here.
That
No
certainly
need for-
would
no need-
that certainly would speed things up, but sadly, Model Peer protocol is to utilize standard 4CF3 documentation, which is something I don't carry.
Well, unfortunately, you're not going to get me to move out of this spot by any sort of detention unless I have legal representation handy. So,
Upon
if
going to
you
the
are
station-
detaining us,
Upon going to the station, if you,
Mhm.
if you upon going to the station, you are free to call
Mhm.
whom you wish.
Okay, well, you'll not hear a peep out of me once we get there until my representation is present.
Guards goes towards you, Morris. You're handcuffed. It's not like rough. They are currently being gentle with this, and they start to do that to all of you, unless there's any actions here.
I want to offer my hands in front of me and encourage them to manacle me in front of me if they will do that.
Roll me a persuasion check. Won't be high.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out which way I want to lean into this. There's the provocative and then there's the spiteful.
I got an 18.
18. You hold it up forward, and I think one of the lesser guards kind of looks back at the captain. The captain's just like, go
Yep,
for it.
I'm
and
cooperating.
they put manacles on you.
The manacles are made of metal.
Yes.
Yeah, I immediately begin minor alchemy to be turning them to some very brittle form of wood, but that's going to take 10 minutes.
Balsa wood! Sorry.
Also wood!
I'll let them, but like as they are cuffing me, I'll just be like, "Do you have any towels at this station?"
We do. Yes.
Brilliant.
And they start to go towards you, Diva.
I throw my hands forward, but as they put the cuffs on, I'm like, "You're gonna pull my hair while you do that."
Glorious! Glorious. I love it.
Roll me an intimidation or persuasion check.
Oh, intimidation for sure. That is gonna be an 18.
I think one of the lesser guards goes to you and it's like puts one manacle on. As you say the line, he's about to put the other one and goes, No. and like looks back at his friend who's currently like manacling like Ligotti or something, and is like, I wouldn't. No. And clearly you see flush red come to his cheeks, and he's like, I'm not like, click. And Captain Nondale sort of goes, excellent. Follow me, please. And begins to walk. Two guards behind you as they start to just keep an eye. We are back. There's some discussion off camera. I would like all of you just roll me insight checks.
Yes.
Yay!
Ooh, not 20.
I feel like Butthole came and told on us something. 17.
17,
13.
13,
11.
11.
Ooh.
So
2.
Diva and Phoenix, you are being led
Yeah, she's
Cross
reading
alleyways.
these dudes while she's getting arrested.
further down, going towards the south district of Model Pier. So it is kind of a walk, but as you're kind of looking up these people up and down, especially Captain Nondale, there was some discussion off camera about being detained at a certain location, and that's not necessary unless something occurs. There does seem to be some kind of confidence in his step and in his motions. You're all, and I think common sense, you're all correct. That detaining means you're staying in place and just sort of getting the rough ideas. There's more to this. And I think you also get a sense, especially I think probably Diva, especially with the Nat 20, is guards don't have to tell you the truth. Who here has a past perception of 13 or higher?
Oh, mine's 12.
You have a passive perception of 13 or higher? Morris, you are following behind. Occasionally, one of the guards is like, a little further, please. And sort of like pushing you forward, almost like you're falling behind. You look up at the roofs of some of these shops, and there are other guards with bows and arrows just at the ready, sort of leaning against some of the structures here, trying to keep hidden, but you are able to catch some glints. You get a sense that there are backup.
Is there anybody within earshot distance of me?
You're all being like corralled, so you're all like jumbled up together, moving.
Who's the closest? That's what I'm trying to say.
I think this is so interesting as well with the passive perception that you have. The only people who are not corralled with you is Ambrosia and Gregory. You see they're being like medically taken care of and left behind. It seems like you guys are the focus right now.
Okay, so I guess since there's really no one that's like the closest to me, I'm just gonna.
You could choose your poison. Pick your poison.
Yeah.
Anyone. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it the way I always do it because this is fun. Rolling dice is fun, y'all. It's the best. All right, so we're gonna go in order from my screen. There's Phoenix, there's Hero, there's Diva, and then there's
Ligotti.
I'll get Ligotti. Thank you. I'll memorize.
We're all
the names
learning. Yeah.
Yeah, I promise. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. I'm gonna do a quick like fire hair.
She just looks at you like,
I don't need you to care what I'm trying to say. I need you to listen.
I'm listening. She says underneath her breath.
We're being set up.
You say anything else?
I'm gonna say you never go to a station for a debrief. And don't you think this is too many guards for a simple escort?
I think she takes
For
another
someone-
look around when he says that.
Making me a perception check.
6. Oh wait.
I have a question.
Yes.
21.
21.
Do we still have our weapons on us, or did they take them?
They have not taken them. Yeah, you still have your weapons. All your equipment is still on you. So 21. Yeah, you need to go. Well, what more guards? And you start to now look at the scene, and eventually your eyes do trail up, and you do see there are like 2 guards on the roofs of one building, 1 guard on the left.
Is the guard holding like are they holding me with my arms behind my back, or are
No.
they just letting me walk free?
They're letting you walk. They're currently like flanked behind you. So you have free movement right now. You're just manacled.
I think she just cracks her neck a little bit and she starts trying to heat the cuffs on her arms a little bit. Like she's not gonna be aggressive, but I think she tries to do that just a little bit to see if they'll weaken a little bit by the time they get to the
Okay.
station.
Do I see that with my passive?
They're behind my back, so
Not
I
yet.
imagine you
Not
might
yet.
see a little bit.
It'll take a while for it to start to turn. And I only because of that, because it takes a while for metal to show that it's not going to be noticed. Sooner or later, I'm going to have to ask you to sort of like maybe stealth check or sleight of hand.
All right, and then as we continue walking, I'm gonna wait for a period of time until like Ligotti's close to me. My instincts being, oh, he's an odd one, which means he's smart, which means he might have something for this. And I say, hey, Magic Man.
I just tilt my head so that I show I'm listening.
We're being set up.
I think he nods. Like, makes sense to me. Yeah, that's a thing that would happen. What do you think we should do?
I don't think we're going to a station to be interrogated. I think a prison cell awaits us. Or maybe worse, I don't know.
Do you think they'll let us keep our weapons and equipment in the prison cell?
The fact that they let us keep it the fact that they let us keep our weapons now is kind of strange, but don't you think that this is more guards than necessary for just a simple statement?
It seems that they have reason to be suspicious of us.
And what evidence do we have to make our case on the contrary?
Having Ligotti thinks, and he says, I can remember every single thing that happened on the ship, and I could detail it down to the finest detail, but they might not believe me.
So technically we have no proof. So if somebody wants to blame us for this mess, then they have all the circumstantial evidence they need.
What proof do they have that a crime was committed?
A ship sank
Where?
harbor, and we were the only survivors. A ship. of
Show me the
unknown-
sunk ship. I think he's getting into the debate. Like, if unless you can produce the sunk ship, what crime has been committed? We are the ones who were the witnesses to it, and we say the ship sank. And we need to find out who is testifying against us.
In my mind, I'm gonna say, I made the right choice.
Yeah.
Because I like him.
You continue
We
walking.
rescued two people. They'll testify in our. Yeah, he's like.
Yeah. You
Meanwhile,
continue walking.
the manacles are now balsa wood, but he's gonna not draw attention to that.
Still a bit of like a hue of the black metal, just sort of making sure it still blends in.
He could actually maybe just a couple of the rings in the center will be what he turns to balsa wood, so it's not noticeable. But when he needs to, he can just snap them off.
Very cool. All right. Yeah. I'll say that goes. You are walking past the docks district, and upon doing so, two events happen. Outside of the Red Maw, leaning against the side, smoking on this long drag, sort of like where that little holders are for cigarettes, wearing sort of this white, like cashmere, outfit, these tinted glasses on her nose, as she just sort of, Madame Oli looks and just sees the parade of figures and catches your eye, Diva. And you are far enough where it's like you'd have to yell to capture each other's attention, but she sees you.
So I just kind of just look at her and I'm like, won't yell because I'm just like.
She finishes her drag, and there is an immediacy to her step as she goes inside. Second event.
Real quick. In the time that we're walking, I know I have my hands tied behind my back or cuffed behind my back. Is there any way I can reach into my bag of gold?
Yeah, I think it's like a satchel on your side. You can probably reach in and pull.
Yeah, I'd like to pull out 4 gold coins.
Okay. I'm
then
assuming
as
these are
I
the
do-
gold coins that Tanner gave you, right? Okay.
I'd like to pull out 4 gold coins and say, well, actually, I'd like to look out to see if there's any standers by that that's watching what's going on. Somebody in close vicinity.
You would see probably 2 people off to the side who are talking to one another outside of the bar, or maybe people are just sort of going along with the night. Not a lot. There's a crowd. It's just 2 people outside.
Okay. I'm gonna try to speak up and try to get their attention if possible.
What do you say?
That is a great question. What do I say? What was his name again?
The captain?
Still learning names. No. My friend.
Ligotti?
Joshua.
Josh.
No.
Oh, Joshua
Our
Hansen.
lawyer.
My lawyer friend. Man, I had my notes here and they're not in this folder, so I gotta go dig them. Okay, I'm gonna say, you there. 4 gold if you can go to Joshua. Yeah,
Joshua.
if you can go to Joshua Haynes,
Yes.
right? I think yeah. 4 gold if you can go to Joshua Haynes and tell him Moores needs him at the station downtown.
Okay. Just as you finish that sentence, you are pushed from the back as one of the guards go, you can make your calls when you get to the station, but I assume you still toss the gold.
Mm-hmm.
They sort of, the 2 start to clamor for it, and they sort of look at you and they go,
Please.
There's no response, but there is like an intrigue, and maybe the sign of curiosity may sway them, especially with the gold.
Please.
Yeah. Actually, just for the hell of it, roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. Hopefully this will be good. Hopefully. Woohoo! All right. 19.
19. They take the gold. There's a couple of nods, but there's no audible acknowledgement. You're like, please, please, and they're just like, continue forward. Second event that occurs. Walking home with a sort of a sack on their back is a young face heading towards a butcher shop. As the numerous steps that you guys produce catches their attention, and Jeffrey swings around within earshot. Sort of turns around and goes, "Whoa, Phoenix?"
Get August. I think I just tell him underneath my breath as I'm gritting my teeth.
Right, Dad. And rushes into the butcher shop. But within no time, you guys are led to a station. Police station in the Southside District. You were led inside numerous bars, stone structure, large wooden doors that open as you sort of are led inside. You look behind you, and several of the guards that were on the rooftop start to drop behind. Holding what looks to be almost like this aura of magical energy, just holding it at the ready.
Is the captain? Oh, go ahead.
Nope. Thank you. Carpenter's tools, the things that I have in my belt.
Mhm.
What does that consist of? Like, are there nails and stuff like that?
Yeah, there'd be like nails, like wood glue, chisels. Yeah, different shapes and sizes of chisels.
Okay. I want to see if maybe I can, like, just drop a couple nails, like, into, like, my boot or otherwise into my pocket.
Probably your pocket would probably be the best option. Roll me a sleight of hand
Probably.
check.
Sure. That's fine. Okay. 15.
15. I think you get like 3 nails.
Good enough.
You are stopped in the middle of this precinct as the captain of the shore guard goes up, talks to the person at the desk, kind of looks to you and goes, "Right. Let me see if I can find my notes here." Looks to the other guards and go, "Bat them down, take the possessions, record them, bring them to the changing room. We've gotten reports that there was some foul play upon the torn chain. And each of you were labeled. So, we're going through a process."
Who reported? Exactly.
Who labeled it if they're all dead?
We had a crewmate of the ship who was able to get off.
A name.
Volred.
Funny how he could be nowhere to be found when his boss got eaten by a fish.
No, he hit the water.
I
Didn't
didn't
he?
see him hit the water.
I saw
No,
him fall
I
with the
saw
mast.
him.
Steve is the only one who saw that.
No, I saw him. He vanished from the top where he was. And yet we're the one that he says did foul play while we were stuck there?
What are you
The lot
talking
of
about?
you, the lot of you, say no more. Anything we say can and will be used against us. They are not our friends.
I know they're not our
Apparently
friends.
Golrod isn't either.
Bastards.
I'm like, why would we save the rest of the crew? What was the point in that? Why would we come back here?
You are pushed a little bit as you're having this discussion. It doesn't seem like they are going to. They have you in manacles. So it's not like they're going to change their mind here. Unless there's something that's. You have evidence to provide.
There's chum in the water.
You, one by one, are put into this singular room, this white room with 2 guards at the end, with a counter with sort of like a hole in the wall where a woman sits, sort of this half-elven woman, gets a paper and goes, "Right, please remove any and all armor and weaponry, as well as your packs, place him here. Clothing obviously stays on. And I just need a name so we can record this upon your trial. And if you are found innocent, all of your equipment will be returned.
I have an additional question.
Yes.
Have I been arrested before? / do I have a record here?
Not here. You arrived.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have a record.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, that brings up a good question. Do I?
Probably, but nothing enough would land you in jail. It's more like warnings and paying fees. One person does have a record here.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
I'm calling my lawyer. Shut up.
But from Phoenix, assuming taking your pack, Tammy taking your staff.
Yeah. She doesn't take off her belt though.
It's not taken. It's not seen as a.
It's not
right.
like a weapon or anything. It's part of her clothing.
Then to Arrow. They take your armor, weapons. You see that as you're doing so, one of the guards in the back is casting a spell, and their eyes glow a bit blue, and they're looking for anything magical.
I got nothing.
Ligotti.
Myself.
anything you would I would say they'll take everything unless there's something you're trying to hide.
Yeah, I mean, Ligotti has been arrested before, like a couple of times.
Not here though,
for,
in the capital.
Not here, yeah, but I think he's learned, like most of his stuff. He has a bunch of stuff in his pack, but I think he has his spell book like in an inside pocket of his coat, because specifically that would be something that he would have a problem with someone taking away. Yeah, I think that, and I mean, if I can have components in an inside pocket of my coat, I would do that as well. And then, like, make a big show of just, I mean, I'm not breaking the manacles, so they'll have to help me get my pack off or whatever. They'll have to unbuckle it or something to take the pack off my shoulder.
Roll me either, I'll say, no, actually, you have the money for it. You could have paid for a hidden pocket. I'm going to roll for them to investigate you.
Okay.
What is your spell DC? I'll use that as the DC.
My spell DC is 13.
Okay, I'll say +1 to this. So an 11's not going to do it.
Okay.
So I think you're fairly confident that your components in your spell book are safe and not bad.
They can have the rest. I don't care. But.
Take your pack. Diva, they go to you. Taking weapons, armor.
The whole time they're doing that, I'm just doing spiteful, snarky comments at them. I'm all like, oh yeah, that's 5 points. Go over touching that boob. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, that's adorable. As they just take everything from me.
I think you see there are looks between the two guards in here, and then look at the counter girl, and she's like, she has a record.
I just blow kiss.
Hello, Diva. Christ is your name. I'm assuming names are provided so that you can get your equipment back if it ever does get returned in this sort of fashion.
I don't think Phoenix gives her last name, but she just gives her first name.
Okay.
Question: how big is the bag of gold I received?
A sizable amount. It's like, Amber, hold up your bag.
Oh, my lifelong earnings.
Goodbye.
It's got like 8 pockets too, so it's probably like one of these.
Coming up. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna take off all my, I'll take off all my armor, put my gear in. I'm going to say that bag of gold has my life savings in it. That's 400 gold. If I receive this bag back and there's even a sliver of a coin missing, I will sue you to the ground.
I think the woman who's taking records goes, right, 400 gold, correct? And marks it in. Goes, you are submitting 400 gold. A name, please.
Moors. I will say nothing more without an attorney present.
I love the fact that you have a lawyer friend. Yeah. Each of you are stripped down in terms of not clothing, but equipment and weaponry, and you are brought to a singular cell.
Do I get to keep my nails? My 3 nails.
Let me. You make your way past the 2 guards. As one stops you, places a hand on your chest and goes, "Can you take a step back and take a step forward, please?"
Go metal detector.
And then
Yeah, I was just like, I would rather not dance with you. But
Please.
I'll slowly do it.
slowly do it. Arms out, please.
Joy, I would love to. Unfortunately, it seems you have made it impossible for me to do so.
Arms forward. And starts to pat you down, finds the nails on the nat 20.
Oh.
Boo.
My nails!
You get pushed for that, like literally, like, all right, go through. A little more forcefully.
Alright. Delicate, please. And a towel. I was promised one.
Towel.
Thanks.
Each of you, are put into a holding cell.
Separately?
In one.
Okay.
The first thing I will say to everyone is keep your mouth shut and don't say a single word to them. They will try to twist everything we say against us. Even the smallest little slip you make, however unincidental, will result in various legal troubles for us. So from here on out, moving forward, I'm going to point to each of them. You, and you. Not a peep. Not a shudder. Not a whimper. Nothing. Absolute silence.
Oh, but I like to whimper.
Especially you.
What about song?
I'm watching you.
I mean, if he sings a song, maybe it'll annoy them.
I have plenty of shanties on hand.
I mean, to be fair, you could just light this place on fire with your hair. Why don't we do that?
Can you do that?
I feel like that's a little bit more dramatic than singing.
But it'll be great. Anyway, not a peep. Don't say anything to them without
I
an
don't wanna
attorney
get anybody
present.
in trouble. Because she's thinking about August and Jeffrey.
Yeah.
You really should be more concerned about your own safety.
I'm used to people treating me like dirt. It's fine.
Well, the outside world is one thing. Prison is another. Just don't say anything until our friend shows up.
Our?
I'm gonna wait in the holding cell until a guard passes by, and as soon as I can see one close by, I'm gonna start banging on the rails, like not like slamming them, but just banging them,
Like getting someone's attention.
yeah. I was told I can contact my attorney.
See, just someone looks at you, scratches his nose. Who do you need to get in contact with?
Joshua Haynes.
The rundown shack, the little office.
Now! Do not deny me my due process.
All right. Understood. We'll put a message out.
I just look at him and say, like, for somebody who tells us not to trust them, you sure do trust that they follow their own rules.
It's called a legal obligation. I wouldn't expect someone of your background to know of such things.
This
I'm pretty sure it's
Haynes-
called delusion of grandeur, but okay.
Is he the
Tomato,
same one
tomato.
who handed me a business card on a napkin?
That's right, you were there. Yes. Listen, he is our best shot right now, unless you know of someone else. Huh? Any takers? You?
I could
You?
certainly get us out of this cell, but then we would also have to get out of the city.
Well, you understand that if you can get us out of the cell and out of the city, we can never come back to the city. And more so than that, we might be wanted people. Might be wanted men. Sorry, I look at Diva and Phoenix like, people. Sorry.
This city is not as fun as it used to be, so I would not mind moving on. Ligotti has gone over to Phoenix, who he noticed hitting stuff well with just her hands, and is touching the center link of her manacle and beginning to turn that to balsa wood over the course of 10 minutes as well.
You may not want to touch it. And she, like, flares up a little bit
It's
of
one of those-
heat.
Ow! I mean, I'm gonna try to turn it to wood, so it'll
Go ahead.
be it'll burn.
Yeah.
Faster.
I'll say you guys are going to be here for a full day, a full 24 hours ahead, so you can take a long rest.
Oh,
Yay!
Yay for the long rest, but goddamn it.
A full
All right, so
24 hours.
I will
the
eventually start
alchemy
saving.
deal is set it up so that Phoenix can break out anytime she wants of her manacles. Same with me. And then going over and just holding on to 2 bars like guys do in prison, but I'm turning those 2 bars of the prison cell to brittle wood as well. And I'm holding that. I'm going to keep redoing it until whatever happens in case we need to do it.
Got it.
That's 4 cubic feet or total, so that's like 40 minutes, and just hold the concentration and repeat it as needed.
Oh my god, that's so rad.
Most of my ideas of what you can do with minor alchemy are related to escaping prison. So
The backstory shows there's a history.
I
Mike, can I
see you
roll
were
for something?
prepared.
What are you trying to do?
If I remembered to put anything in that butterfly I gave Arrow.
Yeah.
Particularly a pick. I don't even know what the DC is. I don't think so.
I'm setting something.
17.
I was gonna say a dirty 20 would have to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because she also has carpenter tools. Or had.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think Ligotti's gonna tell people quietly what he can do, and so if we need a block broken or anything, and it's made of metal, he can do it. He needs 10 minutes to turn it to brittle wood, and then you break it. But we don't want it to be obvious until we're ready to do something, right?
24 hours pass. And during that period, you're given food, breaks, restroom privileges, and things like that. During that end of the 24-hour period, as you are currently planning, situating, getting comfortable with each other's ability, especially Ligotti, who's sort of giving you this idea of, I've done this before. There is some commotion happening sort of upstairs where you guys came in, because you guys went downstairs into where all the holding cells are. There is angered voices, footsteps followed by probably a few others. You hear actually another voice go, they're waiting for a trial date. And you hear Morris, you hear comfortably Joshua's voice go, I don't care. We're holding a trial date. You don't hold them. You got nothing. Trial for what? Trial for what? And they go, we'll probably provide you a briefing. And he goes, yeah, you will. Till then, I'm going to talk to my clients. Shut up.
And I'm gonna have this like sigh of relief. I'm like, dang. Hurt.
Hey, you all right?
No.
Yeah, makes sense. Fuck. Shit.
We're being set up.
Okay. Follow my rules, right? No talking? Didn't say anything to the guards? Who are these people? Oh, hey, I know you. Looks over to you, Arrow.
Hello again.
Hi. Welcome.
There you
got
clients
trapped
on retainer.
Napkin, huh?
Excellent. Huh? No, my business cards. Okay. So you vouch for them? Good people? Great. We did some good. Looks to you, all 5 of you, and goes, we did some good in the past. Feels great. We're gonna do more of that, okay? They are planning to do trial for all of you as a group. Right.
All this from one sea elf's word? How much weight did Volred carry?
He was Tanner's second mate, if you would, or first mate, if you would. They were
Joshua,
pals.
I don't want to disclose too much on account of the walls have ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, how soon can you get us out of here?
There's a bit of a hiccup, but I can do that. Excuse me. Can I get him out real quick? And does not point to you, Morris. And points to you, Arrow. We need to talk. Okay. Everyone else, I'll be back. Okay. We're gonna get a trial date, but before that, we're gonna have a talk. Okay.
Not a word.
Come on, and starts almost pleading a little bit, going, I just need a quick room, privacy, talk to my clients, especially this one. guard kind of like rolls an eye, unlocks the gate, feels that it's a different. I'm gonna roll just a d20. Well, not with a natural one.
That's
Unlocks
just a
it.
crappy building. It's falling apart.
It's almost like this quizzical, like, was it always like that? Did it always feel easy?
Got stronger.
Is fully, like, befuddled, but you are let out, Arrow. And Joshua goes, follow me. Come here. We're gonna go to a private room, right? No ears.
Understood.
Great. You are led down a hallway. There's brick walls, turning corners. Eventually, a large metal door is opened. You are led into a plain white room with a table and 2 chairs. The door closes and locks. He goes, oh, before he does, he goes, just give me 5 minutes. They're like, that's all you get.
You're done.
No, he's telling that to the guards. Like, give us 5 minutes.
Okay.
Like, door's locked, and you were given 5 minutes. Cool. Arrow, right?
That's my name.
Reaches into his pack, puts something on the table, and you see it's one of these smaller pouches inside your bag. Those in your bag. Reaches inside and pulls out a somewhat tarnished but silver whistle. Puts it back in. They search your things. This was found in your backpack.
I don't have a whistle.
Well, it doesn't look like that to them. It's a, I don't know, fish whistle, marine whistle. I don't know what it's called. The investigators are currently looking into it. They're not 100% sure, but it is in tuned with the same bone structure found in the red maw skull, found within the tavern of the same name.
Did I see Volrad with the whistle at any point?
Yes.
Okay.
You just don't.
As this is, oh sorry.
I was gonna say you just don't know how he
Right.
slipped it in.
As this is going on, I would like to do perception checks in the room to see if there's any sort of device or something listening into our conversations. It can never be too sure with these guys.
Rolling perception check.
That'll be a 24.
24. You feel fairly confident that there's not like any arcane devices or anything, but there are guards stationed close enough where they're within earshot. It seems whispering has been enough to evade their attention. Back to Arrow, sort of puts the whistle back and goes, how did you get the whistle?
I don't know. It looks like Volrad's.
Right. Person who reported this. This isn't looking good. Okay. For you or the rest of the people in the cell. This was found in your person. This is foul play, calling a red maw. And the red one, the horns comes in with a skull of the red maw. And now Captain Turner's dead. They're looking into it and they saw chum in the water.
Also, clearly.
Where the shipwreck is. You hear? Quinley. Oh no, Quinley. Haynes, you got 1 minute. What happened?
Quinley was setting it up. He was chumming the waters before we even got out to our destination. He was the only remaining member with Tanner when he killed the Red Maw, and he never got the attention for it. I assumed he wasn't so spiteful as to sink a ship and all of its crew. Clearly I was wrong.
Great. Greedy fuckers.
It's very suspicious that the man accusing us of foul play is the only one that made it off the ship without us alive.
Isn't that like his friend died too?
Mm-hmm.
Door knocks.
And
once
then
again.
I'm gonna look at Euro and I'm gonna say, so that whistle is not.
No, you
yours.
weren't brought in.
No, it's just him in the
Oh,
room.
I was
It's just Arrow.
them. Okay,
It's
okay.
just Arrow. Yeah.
I'll shut up now.
Door. Shit. Time's up, Haynes. All right. This was an impromptu meeting, okay? I called in a few favors. We're going to have a real meeting in the morning. Get to know each other. Just enough where you can feel each other's personality, because when you guys are going to recount the events aboard the Torn Chain, it's good to know when someone's not doing well. Especially when they're on the stand. Door opens. We'll talk later, all right? All right. Thanks a lot, fellas. You can bring this one back to the cell. Scheduled date. Do we have a date? The one that opens the door goes, tomorrow evening. Great. I have my scheduled call. I have a scheduled meeting with all of them, all right? We're not missing that. And they sort of nod, and you are brought back to the cell.
Arrow looks angry, but like holding it back.
We hear the footsteps of your steps as well as the other guards behind you. Manacle's still aboard. As the door opens, the cell closes shut. As our vision pulls back and we see the five of you, anger in faces, clear distent, can't think of the word now. Anger, disdain, and just probably a bit of exhaustion of being in here for a full 24 hours and knowing that you have to be here for another full day. But some looks of acknowledgement from Joshua as he sort of walks past you all, leading his way out, nods in your direction. The last thing you hear is, I want the file. What have you found? I need to know. He starts to head up. That's where we're going to end today's session.
That butthole.
Boo.
Congratulations, you can all swim.
Boo.
But how are you gonna survive behind bars?
Seething the anger.
Thank you for joining us for session 3. See you guys next time for session 4. Bye.